So I'm just getting back into town, y'all. Thank God my sister-in-law, she was put to rest or laid to rest. And we thank God for her ceremony, which was super amazing. It was beautiful. She looked beautiful, all of that. I didn't go live on last Thursday. I think I was just really, really stressed, to be honest, because my head was, it felt like it was going to explode. Okay, so I went to bed like 6:30 or 7. I could not function. So between the reality show and about to film and the the funeral and about to travel, everything, I felt pressure. And I normally don't get like that, but I think I've been holding in or I haven't been grieving. So I think that was my body's natural reaction to everything that was going on. So I'm back, I'm here. I have the book, y'all, 134 Reasons. We'll go through that. But I wanted to tackle something, and I wanted to tackle Your Words Have Power. And I was going to actually do that on last week. Um, but I couldn't. So if you can, just drop where you're from, okay, in the live on TikTok. That would be super, super, super amazing. Um, Same thing here on Facebook, YouTube. So anyway, drop where you're from. Um, and how are you today? To me, that's big. How are you? But I wanted to talk about your words and how your words have power. And a lot of people don't understand how much power words have, right? But even when you're talking about a relationship, right? And marriage, your words have power. Okay. So I just wanted to give that little FYI. Hi, Laverna. Hi, New Jean. Um, Hi, Otis. How are y'all? I'm hoping some of my other people who normally come in, hi D, that they come in as well, because we normally have like a really, really good time just communicating about basic information, basic stuff that people should know, but unfortunately people don't know. Or if they know it, they don't practice it. Okay. Um, but I wanted to just talk about words, right? And how you can talk things into your life and talk things out of your life. So just a FYI, okay? And you have to be careful. And I'm gonna give some examples. And one example I'm gonna definitely give is I was talking to someone this evening. She's in the dating space, and she was saying that you should always have a pocket man in the background, because in most cases your man is going to mess up. So just a FYI. And I was thinking, and I'm gonna actually call her this evening, and I was thinking, damn, your words have power, right? So you believe that that's going to take place, that is going to take place, right? Um so you have to be very, 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 very careful of your words. Also, I want to share this with y'all. Normally my hair is cut, and this right here, this is a muumuu, right? And last week y'all saw me. I wore a muumuu last week, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. But I'm wearing this one because this was my sister-in-law's who passed, and I feel honored to have something of hers on me. Hi, the only Mrs. First, Tina J. So anyway, let's talk about words, right? Words are extremely powerful, right? So look at a child who has been told they're not going to be shit all their lives, okay? And guess what? In most cases, they turn out not to be shit, okay? Because those words have affected and infected them their whole life. They've carried those words with them, right? And one thing that I always say and I always teach is be careful of what you say, okay? What you say. Because what you say about yourself really, really does matter. Like I hear people say stuff like, I'm so dumb. Like, why would you talk or say that about yourself? Because as you think, that's what it is. So even if you're playing, don't play like that. Say stuff like, "Oh, I'm the baddest bitch. I'm smart. I'm powerful. I'm rich. I'm blessed. I'm loved. There's great men out there." Change your words, right? When you change your words, you change your life. And I tell people this: your words are your wand. Okay, so this is my wine. They call me Madam Butterfly, right? Your words are your wand. So what you say is very, very, very important, regarding you, regarding your life, regarding your children. Okay. And I give this example a lot. So when I left my marriage of 16 years, um, people would say, "Oh, you're not going to get married again. Men aren't going to love you." Like just all of that. And I was saying, "Oh, I'm going to have that." And I was talking about Beyonce's song, Love on Top. I probably played that every day for 8 years straight. Okay. And every time it came on, I was like, "I'm going to have that," because I believed that I was deserving of the love that I desired. Okay. And a lot of times when we speak certain things, to me, what it's saying is, I don't deserve. But no, you deserve the best that life has to give you. And that's what I want women and men to understand. Like, you deserve everything that God has for you. So if you don't believe in God, that's fine. You might say the universe, you might say whatever, right? But just having that belief system can change your world, right? Because your words are your wine, and what you say about you will manifest. A lot of people don't understand that manifestation is real, right? And in the process of manifesting, you have to be sure that you hear clearly what spirit is saying to you. Okay, because people will have you tripped up and they will talk you out of your blessing. Okay. You might hear spirit or God saying to you, "Hey, you need to go this way." But your friend over here is saying, "No, go this way." Child, follow God. Follow God. Okay. Go with your gut, and also know the voice that's talking to you. That's so, 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 so very important. Okay. And you can't allow everyone in your ear. Okay. A lot of times, because we're doubting self and we're not sure of who we are, we look for other people to confirm what we think or what we believe or what we know God is saying pertaining to us, right? And a lot of times people will talk you out of your blessing because, one, they don't understand, two, it's not for them, three, is for you, and then four, you're not strong enough to believe that God has you where God wants you to be, right? And that God wants to bless you. And the truth of the matter is, God really, 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 really wants to bless you, but you're listening to too many other people. Now, let me tell you, right, regarding your words and regarding listening to people, people will have you tripped up, okay? They will have you doubting what you heard. And also, sometimes, a lot of times, people are jealous of you and they don't want to see you get ahead. So they'll be like, "No, girl, I don't think that was God," or, "That don't seem right." It doesn't have to seem right, right? As long as you know what you heard, go with that. Okay. And if you're on the wrong path, right, it's just counted as it's a part of your journey. And that is okay. We all have a journey. We're all going to make some wrong turns, but at least you try, right? And in my opinion. Hey, Connie, how are you? Nice seeing you, my dear. Everything has a purpose in your life. Everything happens for a reason, right? So even if it didn't work out right then and there, it could be for later, and you did it, and you have to pocket it. Now, I'm gonna give you this example, okay? Um, when my husband cut off my alimony, um, and I was sitting at the apartment in Atlanta, I was like, okay, God, what we gonna do, right? And I heard create a reality show, and I literally went with it, okay? So 2012, I heard it 2013, 2014, I think March, we filmed it, like everything was together, cast members, everything, but it didn't get any leeway till 10 years later. Now, people have said to me, why are you doing that again? It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, or whatever. But what they didn't understand, it's not about them. It's my dream, right? It's what God has given me, because God knew, one, that I would be faithful with it, two, I wouldn't put it down, and three, it's part of my testimony or my story. Okay. So you have to understand that everything isn't for everybody, and that's okay. I tell people all the time, go with God, right? I tell my children, so if they come to me and I give them an answer and God gives them an answer, go with God, don't go with me, because God knows your beginning and your ending. I don't, right? So regarding the show, God knew my ending than my beginning, and my show is on Tubi, and we're getting ready to film season 1. So, just be diligent, right? In your dreams and your goals, and speak life into that which was given to you. Okay. I know you guys are used to me talking about relationships, and I am going to get there, but I'm talking about life right now. Okay. Because if you know yourself, right? And if you're speaking life on yourself, you'll understand and you'll know how to speak life into other situations. So everything that I'm talking about actually goes hand in hand. Um, so again, just be careful of your words. And yes, you might get tired. Yes, you might have bad days, whatever regarding that, but be careful of your words. If I'm feeling a certain way, I won't say it. I won't say it. I'll keep it to myself and keep it pushing until I have a great day, right? So what I normally do, and y'all know this, I'll sing I got sunshine on a cloudy day. And normally what that does for me, it jolts my spirit back into a place of gratitude, thankfulness, and what have you. So be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful of your words, because your words have power. Have you ever said something and then it just happened? And you're like, oh shit, I just said that. And you're like, or even a thought. You thought about someone and then all of a sudden they called, right? So guess what? Your words and your thoughts have power. Okay. So this is what I have been thinking. I had been thinking about, hey, the show needs a PR marketing person, right? Because PR and marketing, what they do, they get you out there. Okay. So guess what? All of a sudden, someone tracked me down. They responded to something on Facebook. Then they sent me this long, long, long message on LinkedIn. And she was just saying how she wanted to do PR, because she could resonate with the stories. Okay. And guess what? We went into a contract. I didn't seek her out. Okay. I did not look for her. I just spoke what I needed out into the atmosphere. Okay. Um, so oops, my okay, so I think all right, so I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but it is what it is. We're going to keep it moving. I'm sorry, Facebook, that is kind of weird. But anyway, so yeah, be careful, very careful of your words. Another example, okay? Another example, me and my ex-husband, we had a church in Italy. And I just remember speaking, and I was like, we need a church van. And I lied to you not. Someone, a white couple, was like, hey, we heard you had a church and we want to give you our van. Voila. Your words and your thoughts have power, and most people don't understand or realize how much power you really have, right? So, when it came to dating and relationships, for me, after my fourth marriage, because I am on my fifth marriage and very happily married, um, I was like, hey, I'm going to have that, talking about Beyonce's song Love on Top. And people were like, no, you're not going to have that. You've been married 4 times, this, that, the other. No, I am going to have that. And God's going to do that for me. I don't care what you say about me, but it's what I say about me that really, really matters, right? And voila, I had just come back from Spain, and you guys will hear me say these stories over and over again, and that's okay, because guess what? Repetition means that you'll get it. Okay. Um, so I had just came back from Spain. I was there for 3 months on this hiatus to work out with these trainers and stuff like that. And I remember just laying and looking in the corner, and I was like, all right, God, where are we going next? And I heard the DR. I'm like, the DR, what? Like, I didn't know what the DR was. Um, so anyway, next day I go on line and look up DR, and it meant the Dominican Republic. So I said, okay. So I went on Airbnb, and I saw this beautiful condo on the beach. Okay. And I booked it. I didn't know where I was going, whatever. But I can tell you this, when I was on that plane, it was like Soul Plane, the movie. Okay. And I was like, all right, God, where am I going? And it was full of men, black men, right? I'm like, this is weird, because I've never traveled and seen so many black men on a flight with me. Um, so anyway, I get there. I'm going to this resort place or wherever I stayed, the Airbnb, the condo, and it just looked impoverished as I was going. I just started crying. I was like, God, why am I here? So anyway, got there, settled in 5 weeks. So you get to know people on the island. You're on the beach all the time. And what I learned is that men from all over the world go to this particular place, okay, to date the women or to have sex with the women, whatever, whatever, right? I was like, okay, so there were black men, white men, European men, Asian men, Indian men, everything you wanted as a woman was there, okay? Um, Long story short, had a great time. But during the course of me being there, God started dealing with me and showing me me. And this is going to help somebody right here. So don't log off, okay? What God showed me about me was that I was operating in my masculine energy, okay? Like so many women these days, especially black women, okay? And I can say black women because I am a black woman, okay? So God really, really was dealing with me. And I just remember, sitting at the base of the shower, and I'm always, God really deals with me in water. Okay. So anytime I'm like, I have a heavy thought or I feel a certain way, I'll just get in the tub. because that's me and God's time. Or I'll get in the shower and just let the water rain over me. So anyway, yeah, God was showing me that I was operating in my masculine energy. And I was like, God, that's not me. That's not who you created me to be. And I don't want to be like that. I said, you created me to be a woman. And that's what I want to be. And I tell you, I don't know if you understand the term purge, but hi, Carla, how are you? Thank you for saying hi. I really appreciate that. And you guys, thank you, Teresa, for following. Um, just for everybody who's been liking and all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm on a roll, so if I don't shout you out, please forgive me, okay? It's not that I mean to overlook you. It's just I'm on a roll. Um, so anyway, um, so it was like I was purging, okay? And not in the Christian sense, but just my spirit was rejuvenated from this episode. And lie to you not, I literally met my husband that week in the DR. Just happened to be standing next to each other. And he made one statement to me. And what my husband said, who's super dope, super amazing, super cool, who I really, really like and love, he said to me, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No, how'd you know?" And he said, "You don't have the long, flowy hair like the rest of the women." And some of you guys probably can tell this story better than I can at this point because I talk about it all the time because I want women to know you have what you say, okay? If you keep saying there's no good men out there, guess what? You're going to attract no good men, right? But if you change your narrative about the type of people you want and the men you want to date and be like, oh my God, it's super amazing men out there. If you don't get anything else, say this. There's super amazing men out there and they're attracted to me. I would say that every day, all day, okay? Because your words have power and y'all don't understand how much power your words really have, okay? Um, but let me tell you, we have been married 4 years together, almost 6, being married 5 soon, together almost 7. And it has been, hey, Michelle, how are you, pumpkin pie? Hi. And it's been super dope and super amazing, like the whole marriage. Yes, Carla, it is awesome. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. And it's so awesome that initially I was afraid of it. Okay. And let me tell you why. I was afraid of it because I was so used to the negativity. Okay. And this is going to help somebody. If you're so used to dating assholes and dating jerks and people not really authentically being good to you, okay, you're going to question when someone is really good to you. Okay, you're going to be like, this is too good to be true. And a lot of people actually feel that way. But the case is, it's really not too good to be true. You are deserving of someone great who's going to love you, honor you, respect you, cherish you, take care of you, travel with you, laugh with you, argue with you, talk about people with you, all of that. Okay, you are deserving of all of that and more. But if you keep saying there's no good man out there, guess what? You're going to keep attracting no good men. Why? Because your words have powers, your thoughts have powers. Okay, I'm not trying to be preachy. Y'all know I'm way past that, way past that. But what I am going to do is share things that I know. So Carla says, where do you find that dream? So Carla, to be honest, you can find your dream guy anywhere. See, the problem is we limit ourselves, okay? And we also limit God. So Michelle says, facts. I believe I wait patiently for my match. Absolutely. Right? So you could be anywhere. I did not go to the Dominican Republic to find no husband. I went there by myself for 5 weeks for a self-care, self-love retreat. Okay? I didn't go there with intentions. However, I knew that spirit told me to go there. So I wanted to know, why am I here? Why am I here, God? So one thing that happened is I did call a friend back home in the US, a guy friend, and he was saying, Sharon, my favorite song is On the Ocean by K. John. And I was like, oh, I never heard that. So I found it and I listened to it. And the song literally ministered to me. The song, it was like I felt it in my spirit. Okay. And when I say I felt it in my spirit, I knew by listening to that song and hearing those words that something was coming. I just didn't know what it was. And I kept asking, why am I here? What is it? What is it? And probably every day after I heard that song, because it touched my soul so much that I knew something. I didn't know someone. I knew something was coming. And I was so excited to figure it out and to know why I was sent. So, if you have a recap of the story, right? Thanks, Michelle, for the heart. I appreciate. A recap of the story is basically God knew, or Spirit knew, that Spirit could trust me to take a 5 week trip, right? By myself. When people were like, girl, you crazy. I don't know why you going over there. I mean, I heard so many different things, right? But if you know me, I don't give a damn what people say. I'm going to do what I want and what I believe and what God is saying to me. So other people don't sway me left or right, because I have a really, really, really strong personality. And when I believe in something, whether it's right or wrong, I just believe. I just believe and I go with it. Okay. So you have to just believe that God is with you and God is talking to you. Now, what I used to do, I'd be like, all right, God, I need you to confirm it. So when I used to preach, okay, um, I this dropped in my spirit, don't abort the baby. And that was the message. It was a Sunday morning message. And I was like, God, don't abort the baby. What? Like, come on, I need you to confirm this. And I kept saying that, right? And one day I was on my way to church, to Bible study, and the people in front of us had one of those things, those sticky things you put on a car. And thank you, Granny, for the badge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate. Thank you for the rose. Um, but the car had on it, "Don't abort the baby," in front of me on that little sticker thing. And I was like, okay, God, So I'm the type of person where I always ask for confirmation. Okay, God, show me again. It could be like 10 times, and I'd be like, show me again. I promise I won't ask you again. I just want to make sure I'm right or I'm hearing you. And God would literally confirm whatever it was that I believed that I heard. So anyway, words have power, and your thoughts also have power. As you think, so it is. So ask yourself, right? What am I thinking about me? What am I thinking about my life? What am I thinking about my children? What am I thinking about my career, my entrepreneurship, my whatever it is? Your words and your thoughts have so much power, and you have to change your narrative, right? So if you're a person and say you're not financially where you want to be at this moment, right? I would keep saying, I'm rich. I'm rich. Yeah, girl, I'm so rich. Yeah, yeah, I'm really rich. Like, change your words, change your affirmations about yourself. I'm big on affirmations, and I actually have this script that I read every day, every day about my life and where it's going. Okay, so you might want to script your life. Okay, and that's not a bad thing. Just write out. My letter says it starts out like this: the new version of me, the new version of me. Okay. And then I go on. And Michelle says, absolutely. I don't speak anything negative over my life. That's right. So I went to a birthday party. It was a celebration for my spiritual mom. Um, and the preacher was saying, say I'm sick. And I turned and tapped my husband. I was like, I'm not saying that. Like, no, my words are too powerful that I'm not speaking anything negative. I don't care if it's repeat after me. I don't care if you're the president of the US. I don't care if you're some whatever big apostle, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Okay. I'm going to speak positive things over my family and over my life, and over the things that I'm doing. I'm very careful of my words. So I also want you to be mindful who you share your information with. Okay, who you share your information with, who you confide in, if you hear something, right? If you believe something, or if something was downloaded in your spirit, or you had a dream about something and you knew or you know it's the right way to go. Be careful who you share that with, because, and again, everyone doesn't have your best interest at heart. And some of those people are family and friends, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, a lot of people, unfortunately, don't want you to get ahead of them, right? And I don't know if that has to do with the Willie Lynch project and crabs in a barrel and all that, but that's the truth of the matter. I want to give you something that recently happened, and my words didn't come up into effect until about a year later. Okay, so this recently just happened, and some of y'all know this. So last year, December 15th, I had emergency surgery. Okay. My hemoglobin was at 4. So literally, I was dying. Okay. I remember on Wednesday night when I laid down, I was home by myself. I laid down and I said, God, please don't let me die like this. It was me and my dog. I said, please don't let me die like this. Um, and finally I went off to sleep. But what I noticed, every movement I make, and my dog does this anyway, but it was different. Every move that I made, my dog was there. Like, he felt something. I don't know if he's like, she's passing. I don't know, right? What I can tell you is that I could take 2 steps and I could not breathe at all. I was panting. I could hardly walk. And I had these blood clots that were probably a size of babies, maybe 3 or 4 months, coming out, and they were coming consistently. They were coming so bad that I was running around to different doctors. But anyway, the doctor who did a surgery on me, a fake surgery on me, um, she I went to her and she was so nonchalant and so nasty. And I figured I had to find somebody else. Okay. So anyway, I found somebody, I found 2 other people. Thank you, Michelle, for the praying hands. I found two other people. One person, they did an ultrasound, and basically what it showed was that what she was supposed to have been removed, she didn't remove. Because I remember her telling me that I had polyps or one polyp on my uterus, right? So the polyp was still there, and that's what the ultrasound showed. So when I was getting the ultrasound, I said to the tech, I was like, so how many fibroids do I have? Because the fibroids weren't removed because they weren't the issue. And she was like, oh, about 6 or 7. And I see a polyp on your uterus. I said, that's interesting. I said, that's interesting because I just had surgery where she removed the polyp off of my uterine lining. She said, oh, well, your uterine lining is still intact. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay. I have to ask, what was she an African American doctor, Michelle? Yes, she was an African American doctor, and I'm gonna say this publicly. I know black folk, y'all be like, oh, we gonna buy black, and baby, I'm buying whoever has great Google reviews. I'm not subscribing to that. What I am going to make sure is that I have excellent service in what I provide. But to go to someone just because they're black, I'm not doing that anymore because I've done it over and over and over again, and I was highly disappointed. Okay. So, anyway, back to my story. Um, anyway, so this doctor, he referred me to a colleague because he could not operate because Christmas was coming up and he was going out of town, yada, yada. I was like, okay. So I called my insurance company. I'm arguing with one nurse, and then another nurse comes on and she finds me somebody, right? But anyway, I go to this other doctor who was phenomenal. And he said to me, he said, I'm going to do your blood work again. I just had my blood work done the day before. Okay. So he did my blood work. He pressed around on some things. They called on Thursday. I was in the middle of taking a class. Called on Thursday, and the person on the other line says, you need to get to the emergency room now. Your hemoglobin is at 4, and you need emergency blood transfusion. And we might do the hysterectomy tonight. Baby, let me tell you, all week I was saying, God, only thing I want for Christmas is a hysterectomy. I lied to you not. Before I was like, I'm not getting no hysterectomy. I don't want that. Yada, yada, yada. God, all I want for Christmas is a hysterectomy. Got there. They did everything that they were supposed to do. Doctor comes in. He says to my husband and myself, he's like, look, insurance might not pay for you to have a hysterectomy because you just had this other procedure done. What would you like me to do? I looked at my husband. My husband said, we will pay for the surgery if we have to. Okay. Um, so anyway, they did they do the blood transfusion? They got me up to the room. I don't know where they did the blood transfusion at, but I knew 9:30. I was in a room, 9:30 p.m. 10:30, 11:30, I was downstairs in the OR, and they were explaining the surgery, introduced me to the anesthesiologist. All I wanted to know, are y'all going to give me some of them good pills that make me feel good before the surgery? That's all. Thank Deborah. Thank you for the hearts. That's all I want to know. Am I going to get the good stuff so I could, relax a little bit? And they say yes. All of a sudden, they putting some tubes in and whatever. And I remember coming out of surgery with these little scars on my stomach. And let me tell you, I still have those scars. And baby, I wear those, sorry, y'all. I wear those scars so proudly because God did that for me, because my words had power. God, only thing I want, all I want is a hysterectomy for Christmas. And God did that. And it was like I was being led to like the right people at the right time. I just remember telling the one nurse, look, lady, I didn't ask you for your opinion. I didn't ask you for no medication. I need a surgeon and I need someone who could do it now. And as I was saying this to her, um, someone else jumped on and they were like, hey, how can I help you? And she went all out of her way for me. She batted for me. So anyway, this is the thing. So, the doctor did the fake surgery, right? So what I said, because I called all kinds of lawyers, had my medical records. Everybody was like, "Well, you didn't die." Well, I don't give a fuck that I didn't die. She did a surgery that she didn't do. That's all I cared about. Like, what did you do to me when you were down there, right? So anyway, I said, okay, I got it. So recently in June, I decided I was angry that day. I was really, really, really angry that day at another Black person, right? I said, okay, I got it. So I started typing up a Google review for this doctor. So surgery was September. I gave her a Google review June that just passed, right? And then people start liking the Google review. So last week, a woman reached out to me. I was so thorough. My Google review was so thorough and so professional and gave dates and times. Like I'm really strategic in what I do and how I do it. So last week, a young lady or someone reached out to me on Facebook on my inbox and they said, hey, I read your Google review regarding the doctor. They said, I want you to know she did the same thing to me. And she said, I also want you to know that her practice is closed and she's on the news tonight. I said, God, thank you for your vindication because what I couldn't do, you did it in an instant, right? So a lot of times people think they be getting away with stuff. But let me tell you, I don't pray. Some of y'all be praying, oh God, spare them, forgive my enemies. No, God, I need you to vindicate me. Yeah, they stole from me. They did this to me. Whatever. I'm not praying for your forgiveness. I'm not at all. I'm like, God, deal with them. And yeah, I want to see when you deal with them. For real, for real. So anyway, so on Friday that just passed, I get an email, hey, I'm retired. If you want your medical records, and I'm sure it was a mass email to all her patients. But I was fine. I already had my medical records, and I felt very much vindicated. And I said, God, you didn't forget about me. Thank you. Because anytime someone is there and then all of a sudden they're not, right? And they haven't canceled their patients or nothing, something went down, right? So the people on the news, what they said was that they had an appointment. They went, the facility was empty. A note was on the door and they were like, well, where's my doctor? Because they're due, I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks to have their baby. So your words have power is what I'm trying to let you know. Sometimes, you'll feel slighted about things in life, right? You'll feel like you're not being vindicated as I did. But what I want you to do is just have a talk with the creator, right? And tell the creator how you feel. I'm not going to tell you not to pray for forgiveness for people. That's up to you because some people, y'all do that. I don't. I don't. When you've wronged me, I want to see wrong come back to you. I do. Why? Because you consciously went out of your way to harm me or to hurt me or to take away from me or steal from me. No, I don't. I don't. Not at all. Now, a lot of people say, and I agree with this, forgiveness is for you. So I'm a combat that. I had no ill feelings. I went on about my life after I wrote my Google review because Google reviews actually speak a lot, right? And I have so many reviews out there where I think I know a lot of people look at them in 5 digits. I think it's 5 digits. Um, so I'm very careful of what I say and how I say it. Understand this, karma is real, right? So be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you treat people, right? Always operate in integrity. Okay. Always treat people kind because you don't know who's on the other side. It could be someone that really, really could bless you or someone that can save your life. Okay. Always be kind to people. I don't care if you're a doctor, the president, a lawyer, always be kind to everyone, even the homeless person on the street. Okay, that homeless person could save your life. I was downtown Philly and this man, he was there every day. I would go to work. And I said to him one day, I was like, hey, let me buy you a cup of coffee. He was like, no, but I have this. You can have it because I don't drink coffee. And the man blessed me with a Starbucks card. He didn't have to, but he did. He didn't save my life, but he blessed me, right? So just be careful how you treat people, right? Because it's a boomerang. I'm telling you. And sometimes it might not come back on you, but it'll come back on your children, right? And you'll see the repercussions of your actions and what you've done and what you've caused. Okay. For example, y'all know I gotta give examples. For example, my mom's best friend cheated with my biological father, right? They thought they was getting away with everything, whatever, whatever. But my one of my baby sisters from that marriage after they, and my dad was cheating on her and all that, had kids on her, but what they didn't understand, they had to pay for what they did. Okay. And my baby sister actually ended up having cervical cancer. And the cancer didn't kill her because she was on her way to recovery. Okay. And she caught a cold from her child and she died. So, and my dad had to bury her. And so I think her mom was alive or her mom had passed before. I think her mom passed after because she died of cancer too. So you have to be careful, right? Because you might think that it's not going to come back. It could be years. It's coming back. It's coming back. And that's why I'm very careful what I even say to people. Before I used to pop off at the mouth, I'd be ready to fight in the drop of a dime, just real. I was real angry. I was very angry. I was an angry bird. And I was angry because of life. Okay. I was angry because I felt slighted in life with things that had taken place. Okay. And I didn't know how to process my anger. Okay. Like so many other people do these days. So for me to fight or to just say whatever, it was very easy for me. But now, because I'm healed, and y'all know I talk about healing all the time, because I'm healed, because I'm happy, because I'm healthy, because I'm whole, um, I'm not that person that exudes anger. Okay. Matter of fact, most people will say, "Why are you so happy?" And I'm happy just because I'm happy. Um, sometimes I get up and it's not the best of days, but baby, I start singing "I Got Sunshine on a Cloudy Day" and I become happy. So I've learned a trick to jolt me back into that place of gratitude and happiness and thankfulness and being loving and being kind. But it's rare that you will find me not having a good day. It's rare. Um, Now, last week when I didn't go live last Thursday, that was because my head was killing me. I felt like it literally was about to explode. That I went to bed like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night because there was nothing else I could do but sleep. And even my husband says something must be wrong with you because you never go to bed this early. Um, yeah, so I have good days and very interesting days. I call them interesting days, just like anybody else. But I make sure that I always have a good day. I make sure that there's always a smile on my face. I make sure that I speak life not only into my life or my husband's life or my children's lives, but I speak life into anybody I'm around, telling them how beautiful they are. I love your outfit, whatever the case is. And people love having me around because of my positivity. Um, but again, words, it's my words, right? It's my actions, it's my thought. And some of you might have questions like, well, Sharon, what do you do when you're not happy? I just told you. So if you have any questions, comments, anything, please ask. I love sharing. That's just part of who I am. Um, for me, today has been a super amazing day. Things that I should have done probably within the last month, I did today regarding filming. Hey, Black Peach, my girl. Yes, yes. Hey, sis, how are you? Love you. Tell Ashanti I said hi, please. Hi, Michelle RN. So, yeah, so your words have power. So, someone asked, oh, you're welcome, Michelle. You are welcome. Michelle says, thank you for taking the time, coach. You are very, very welcome. It's just what I do. Um, so, where do you find wonderful men, right? So, the question is, and again, you find wonderful men anywhere and everywhere, right? Oh, I love you too, and I miss you. You find wonderful men anywhere, right? So let's be more practical. Um, Try a supermarket, okay? You can find a good man in a supermarket. You can find a great man at a gym, okay? You can find a great guy at a car dealership. You can find a great guy at a club. Now, a lot of times people be like, oh, I'm never dating anybody in a club, but that's where I met my husband. You still haven't found my guy yet. Okay, so re- regarding that, go to my website for the ladies who want to be on my matchmaking list for free. Go to my website, which is SharonKGriffin.com. I'm gonna write it. Oh, Michelle says, I swear I'm going to find my husband at a supermarket. So, sure. So go to SharonKGriffin.com. There's a page that says matchmaking. If you go there, right, scroll to the bottom, you would be considered the prospect. Okay, the ladies would be considered the prospect. Okay, the men are my clients. So you go there and you fill out the form below under prospects. That's all you have to do. Just fill out the form. It's easy breezy. For me, Home Depot, yes, you will find a great man at Home Depot and Lowe's, at least one that know how to build stuff and do that kind of stuff. So yeah. You can find someone when you're traveling. Okay, when you're traveling. All right, I'm putting it in this link too. Uh, that's right. You can find someone on an airplane. You can find someone through a friend. But be careful with that because you don't want to mess up your friendship. Okay, be careful with that because they will a lot of times be like, you introduced me to this person. Okay. Let's see, where else can you find? You can find men anywhere. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna say this as well. You know, many of us have been taught not to approach a man, right? Just to wait like you're some precious item on a shelf. And you are a precious person, okay? You are a precious commodity. Um, but you could say hi to a gentleman, you can flirt, you could give him eye contact, you could say, hey, my name is, you could say, hey, or you know, if you're sitting at a bar or you know, wherever happy hour, hey, you from here or whatever it is, you can, you know, approach a guy and say hi. Now, the only thing that I would say is don't chase a man. Okay, don't chase. Don't always be on the phone texting and calling him and blowing his phone up because that makes you seem desperate. Okay, you don't want to seem desperate. Okay, what I just told you, you're just showing interest. Okay, you're showing interest. It's nothing wrong with you showing interest to a man. Okay, if he's not interested, guess what, he's going to let you know. Okay, when you're out on these dates from social media, whatever those dating thing, the dating apps, right? And you don't like a guy, okay, that's fine, but also know this, you might not like him to be attracted to him in a relationship, but guess what, you could get a business partner, you could get a really great friend. You could get someone that can introduce you to someone. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. But don't treat that person mean. Don't give that person an attitude. Um, be kind, you know, and just have a conversation. You know, what I heard in the DR from a lot of men was one, a lot of women let themselves go in the US. I mean, from my perspective, I see both. I see women that appear to have let themselves go, and then I see like really, really put together women. Okay. So I can't really go with what they are saying right now. Maybe back then, maybe. Um, but, but, make sure that you carry yourself a decent way. Look presentable. You know, when you go out the house, when you look good, you feel good. Okay. When you look good, you feel good. Making sure your hair is combed or your wig is on, or you know, your lace front. With these lace fronts, I'm about to give y'all some magic. I'm about to give y'all some magic. With these lace fronts, and a lot of women look beautiful. Don't have that little edge thing sticking out, okay, where people know it's a lace front. Okay, make sure everything is like blended right, where no one knows. I mean, we know, but it don't look like it. Okay. Um, you know, bonnets. I know a lot of women that go out the house in bonnets, and I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do, but a bonnet really isn't attractive. Okay. To me, it just looks like you didn't put no thought into anything. You just like, let me throw on my bonnet or pajama pants or slippers. Like, in my opinion, My opinion, I feel that that's pretty tacky. Okay. But hey, you do what works for you, because if you like it, I love it. Am I trying to be your auntie like Monique? I'm not. Okay. I'm just saying things that I've heard men talk about. Michelle RN, yes, no, 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 is unappealing. Also smell good, ladies. I don't know if you wear perfume, but smell good, smell enticing, inviting, where someone has to look back at you like, ooh, that smells good. Ooh, I want to get to know her, you know. Uh, let's see. All right, I'm gonna give y'all one thing, and you probably say, what? Go out when your pheromones are high. I didn't go out when my pheromones are high, but because I already knew what it was for me. But go out when your pheromones are high, because men are going to be attracted to that scent on you. Okay, like literally, it's weird, but men can like sense it and smell it. They might not know what they're smelling, but pheromones are very attractive. Okay. So go out when you know your pheromones are high and be like, hey, you're more attractive during that time, FYI. Okay, ladies. Let's see. Where else can you go? Supermarket, a club, happy hour, airport, airplane. You can meet anyone anywhere, to be honest. And for me to say, oh, these are the only areas, a golf course, a cigar bar. Um, okay, so Sherry wants to know, what are pheromones? Sherry, am I right when I'm talking about pheromones? I mean, when you said, what is that? And you spell it PHEREMONES, pheromones. So Sherry, yeah, I'm waiting for you to respond to that question when you said, what is that? Are you speaking of the pheromones? Okay, so if she's speaking of pheromones, pheromones are, how can I explain it? Let me, oh, I don't, do I have my other phone? I'm gonna give you a technical answer. Pheromones. Mm. So hormones, it's the hormones. So pheromones are a chemical substance produced and released into the environment by an animal, especially a mammal or an insect, affecting the behavior or psychology of others. Okay, so that's what pheromones are. So let me look up pheromones in a woman, because I know when my pheromones are high. Mm, okay, so several axillary steroids have been described as possible human pheromones. No, I don't want that. Okay, we cannot be sure it's a genuine difference. However, capulins did have a significant effect on men's estimates of their own sexual. No, not that. What do female pheromones smell like? Okay, pheromones themselves are odorless and are typically not detectable. That's not true by the human sense of smell. That's not true. So I don't agree with that. And that came from Cora. Pheromone effect on males. Mhm. I'm men's self-esteem. Okay, so I'm not going to read into it, but go into your own do your own research. But again, I know when my pheromones are high, so I kind of stay away, because men found me more attractive during that time. Okay. And they said that you can't smell them. Men can smell them because as a woman, you get a scent down there. So yeah, and it's normally near your cycle. Okay. And basically, okay, so Michelle says this. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate. So Michelle says a pheromone is a chemical produced by a given species that affects the behavior or psychology of the same species. First coined by Carlson and M. Lucher in 1959, early work was in insects, but scientists soon discovered, and I guess she has so much to say. So, yeah, normally it's near your cycle time, and men can literally smell that. You know, you're giving off a scent. Your body gives off a scent. Um, so yeah, just be careful because you're extremely attractive during that time because that's quote unquote mating season. Okay, so be careful of that. Um, so yeah, y'all. Um, I actually have some more work to do, but we're going to do this. We're going to pick a number like we normally do. This is from my book, 134 Reasons You Can't Find a Man. So pick a number between 1 and 134, and I'm just going to share about that. We'll do 3, and then I am going to jump off the live because I have some typing to do. Okay, so Michelle says 10. Michelle, we actually have not done that number before. Oh, but we talked about this. So in this book, and Donald, where, give me one moment, okay? So in this book, it was based on my trip to the DR, okay, and talking to the men and my own thoughts, okay, and research. So on this side, you'll always get your numbers, and on this side, you actually have your space if you buy the book to write, okay, to write your thoughts, your feelings. What a lot of women have said, one woman is actually getting married. She said that this book helped her a lot because she had to dig deep. Okay, so to number 10, and I'm gonna get to you as well, Selena. 10 says your breath stinks. Your breath stinks. Okay, so we're going to talk about this real quick. Y'all know I'm a dental hygienist by profession. Okay, I'm retired, but if you can't take care of your mouth, yes, Donald, that's where I met my husband in Sasua. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Where all the men go sleep with the ladies. So yeah, your breath stinks. So, yo, if you can't take care of your mouth, how are you going to take care of someone in a relationship, right? Because your mouth is actually one of the most important parts of your body. And let me tell you why. Okay. There are links between gum disease and heart disease. There's links between gum disease and diabetes. Now they're saying there's links between gum disease and Alzheimer's. And understand this, you're swapping bacteria, right? So your if you have gum disease, gingivitis, or periodontal disease, you're putting that bacteria into that other person's mouth. Also, and we talked about this, and I know some of y'all probably be like, ew, you nasty, I don't care. Don't let nobody with gum disease go down and eat your twat. Okay. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that, they can cause you to have bacterial vaginitis. Okay. So if you don't want to kiss them, you definitely don't want them down there licking around. So y'all, just be a little conscious of that. Your mouth is important. Your mouth is the portal to your whole body, right? Your mouth affects your gut health. Okay, what you put in your mouth affects your gut health. Okay, so just be very conscious of that. Also, what I want you to know, if your breath stinks and it stinks continuously, you might have gum disease. Okay. And you need to see your dentist because you could either have gingivitis, the beginning stages, or you could have periodontal disease, which means you have bone loss around your teeth. Okay. And when it goes untreated, your teeth start wiggling. They be like, hey, girl. And they start falling out. And I don't know if I have people from Indiana on here, Indianapolis. I was in Indianapolis. We were burying my sister-in-law, and we went to, or you mean, yes, yes, Michelle, or you might need to clean out your colon. That's absolutely true. Um, we went to a club, and what I noticed just being around the city, a lot of people were missing like the front tooth, like one of these or the side teeth. And I was like, and I was talking to my husband about that early in the morning, and he was like, or somebody we know, one of our daughters was like, is it just me or is everybody missing a tooth? I noticed it, she noticed it, and I was just like, wow. So that was very interesting. Like people was just cheesing with no tooth up front. And I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting. And, I try not to stare at people, but because I've been in the dental world, I just happen to look like I stare, and I don't mean to. It's just a part of who I am. So when you have gum disease, what happens is periodontal disease, the bacteria is eating away at the bone surrounding the teeth, right, or the tooth, and eventually the tooth becomes loose. Have you ever talked to someone and you see their tooth wiggling? That's because they have periodontal disease, okay? And eventually it can come out. But also think about it like this too. If you have an abscess, right, in your mouth, an abscess can actually kill you because it's just toxins, right? And if that toxins get in your bloodstream, um, that can poison you and kill you. Okay, so just a FYI. So that was number 10. So I think, let me go back, 72. So Donald, this is for you. And I'm very passionate when I talk about teeth, because it's so, so important. Okay. Your teeth are very, very important because that's how you're introducing yourself to the world. 72, you don't trust God, though you say you do. Okay. So it goes back to what I was saying the whole time. Your words have power, your thoughts have power, right? It goes back to your beliefs, what you're saying. I hate when women say, especially Black women. I've never heard other women say this. It's no good men out here. Yes, I have. I have heard other cultures say that, but especially Black women. You have to change those words. There's great men out there, and they are attracted to me, right? Because as you think, so it is, and your words have power. There's life and death in your words, in your tongue, in your speech, right? And I'm not trying to be religious, but I am just saying. So you're going to have to believe, what you're saying. So initially, you might not believe it, but the more you say it, the more it gets in your spirit and the more you begin to believe it. You ever see someone who tells a lie, right? And they lie so much they believe their lies. So you're going to have to consciously, oh, there's excellent men out there. No matter what you see, there's great men, there's great women out there, and they're attracted to me, period. Period. Okay. So your words have power and so do your thoughts, but you have to also believe what you're saying, right? Like I told y'all, for me, I believed I was going to get married. I didn't care how long it took. I am getting married and I'm marrying a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And I did. Okay. But in the process of me meeting him, I had to change who I was, right? I had to make sure that I was healed and prepared for him to come, right? Because if someone comes in your life, right, and you still have all that shit in you and you're not healed, you're just going to ruin the relationship. Okay. So you want to prepare in advance. You want to be healed. You want to um, go to therapy, whatever it is that you need to find your healing place. You need to do that now while you're waiting. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay. I did the work and it was very long. It was very tedious. I had to look at myself. I had to challenge myself. But I also had to be ready. So make sure you're ready to receive that what you're asking for. Okay. So number five is you don't know how to listen. Okay, there was a wait a minute. So very true. I'm back. I looked it up. I got it. Awesome, Sherry. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're welcome, Donald. Thank you for chiming in and saying 72. I appreciate that. So anyway, number five, you don't know how to listen. So from my perspective, from the outside looking in, a lot of women don't take with their significant other into consideration, what they're saying into consideration, right? Sometimes as women, we have to be quiet, right? We have to shut our mouths. Okay, I know we got a lot to say. Sometimes we have to shut our mouths and just sit there, listen, not only listen with your ears, but listen with your heart and comprehend what your significant other is saying. And sometimes, right, we might have to ponder it, maybe some hours, maybe a few days, and then come back with a response. Okay? You can't talk and listen at the same time. Okay? And as a wife, I had to learn to be quiet sometimes. Not that he's asserting his authority or anything like that, but for me to gain clarity on whatever he's saying, right? For me to take it all in, to process it. And that's what I actually learned in my healing process is don't be so quick to have a response. Okay, this is what I teach my daughters too. Listen, okay, take it in, process it, and then respond. And a lot of times when we respond in the moment and out of anger, we say the wrong things, right? Um, and once the words are out there, we can't take them back, right? And your words can literally kill someone's spirit. So make sure that before you pop off at the mouth, that the words that you're about to say are going to encourage or uplift, but not destroy. Okay. Words can literally destroy someone. Okay. And if you have to say something that's not so pleasant, make sure that your tone is very important. Okay. Your facial expressions are very important. I could say, and I'm going to give you an example. You're welcome, Selena. I can give you an example, and I'm going to say your breath stinks. Okay. Ew, your breath stink, right? That's really offensive, and that's going to really, really hurt somebody. Okay. This is how I would say it now. Um, have you considered going to the dentist because you have an odor coming out of your mouth? And I've noticed it on several occasions. That's offensive too. That's going to hurt, right? Because you're talking about someone. You're pointing out a truth. Okay? And sometimes the truth hurts. But guess what? It was in love. It was kind. I didn't have those facial expressions. My tone was more calm, right? So if someone, and this is me, right? And I tell people it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When people say certain things to me a certain way, I don't receive it. And you will get on my block list because you're not going to talk to me any type of way, right? Um, so just be careful because you don't want to get on someone's bad terms. You want to be as much as you can in someone's good graces. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you that there's times that you're not going to pop off at the mouth and, do whatever. I get it. Okay. I'm a woman. Um, I get it. And I'm human. But as much as you can, try to watch your words, try to watch your tone, try to watch your facial expressions. My children, they call me a punk now. They be like, Mom, you're such a punk now. And they call me that because they saw the other side of me, um, that wasn't conducive. Like it felt good in the moment. You know what I'm saying? How I was, it did feel good in the moment because I was like, they'll never get over on me, whatever, whatever, whatever. But it's not who I am now. Can I still get that way? Yes, but I make sure that, or I try my best not to get that way. And also what I do, a lot of times I would just won't say anything because I don't want to go to that side because I know what it looks like, I know what it feels like, and I just don't want to be on that side because I can go from this to that in a matter of seconds. So I just make sure that I stay in a healthy place. And what I've also learned is even if I have to say something and say it directly, my tone is always going to be just like this. Because what I've learned is that you're still going to get it. You're still going to get the same message. And you might get it even more because I'm not loud, I'm not outspeaking you or anything like that. I'm talking just like this. So anyway, I just want to leave you with this. Well, I have what? I got like 7 more minutes to be on for 90 minutes, which is normally what I do. So, to wrap it up, are there any questions that Facebook, YouTube, TikTok has for me at this moment? And normally this is called Jam. Just ask Madam for Madam Butterfly. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm open enough to share. And I love sharing. I love giving my opinion. It's going to be honest. It's definitely going to be honest. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything, let me know or just type them. Thank you all for sharing on TikTok this video. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Facebook and YouTube. You guys are super amazing. I'm getting ready to start my group coaching like I did, but it's going to be focused around life and relationships or dating life and relationships because your life has to be together in order to succeed in the dating and relationship space. So just a FYI regarding that, I just have to put that together. I think I'm gonna do that in the new year because we are wrapping up this year and I have some things going on that I have to tend to. Please go and watch Preacher's Exes. The pilot is on Tubi right now. It's Preacher's Exes, and we're getting ready to film season 1, so I'm super excited about that. Um, So Connie says, you did a phenomenal job. I really enjoyed it. I don't comment right now because I'm just listening. Oh, well, Connie, I appreciate that and I get it. I understand. Um, so TikTok, if y'all have any questions or comments or anything, feel free. So we have two new cast members in a reality show, y'all. So I'm so excited about that. Yes, 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 yes. It's going to be so fun. We got our PR person. Yay, her. Um, yeah, life is good right now. The last 2 months have been literally draining for me and my husband, and he spent a lot of time out of the state because his sister, well, we all went there end of September in September, and then all of a sudden, um, she had a heart attack, and then there was no brain activity, and we've been dealing with this for a couple months. So she's finally laid to rest. We did that on Saturday, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to go and say see you later or goodbye to her because she summons for all of us to fly in. So I actually went from Mexico to Houston to jump back on a flight to Indiana. I was curating a dating experience in Mexico, but she was so important to me that it didn't matter. Matter of fact, it was so crazy because on Sunday I was in Mexico from Friday to Sunday, and I was curating this dating experience, so I really didn't have time to rest. Um, and I had to be up at 4 o'clock on that Sunday morning, and I think I was out the room by no, I had to get up three something because my flight was at 6. Flew to Houston, then jumped on a flight to Indiana, and we all met her there, and I had a chance to hold her hand and show love and give her a kiss and stuff like that. Um, and then all of a sudden, she wasn't here anymore, and that was very shocking. How that happened because she was actually doing really good and on her way home. And, so that took a toll on me. My girlfriend says to me, Sharon, like, you don't like to cry. I think I cry though. She'd be like, you don't like to cry. You always want to be the strong one. That is true. So a lot of my feelings, I actually were holding them in. But I think on last Thursday, that's when like I just couldn't. Like my body was responding to the stress of everything. My husband, he was so good during this time. He flew down there like 4 times to be by her side and to meet with doctors. And it was just so beautiful to watch him um, do that. He was there when they took out took her off the respirator and just everything. And it was amazing. Just watching him. And I say, if something ever happened to me, I know that I'm in good hands with my husband and that he's going to take really good care of me. And I would definitely do the same for him because that's just who I am. But anyway, I did my 90 minutes. Woo! TikTok just showed me. So yeah, y'all just continue to, speak life into your situation. Okay, speak life over you. Do your affirmations. One thing that I made sure to tell y'all is script your new life. Okay. My script begins with the new version of me. Okay, that's my script, the new version of me. And then I go on. Mine's is like 2 pages. Okay. So I want y'all to begin to script your lives, what you want your life to look like. Now, some people will say, oh, well, it might take long. Okay, it might take long. You got time, right? So while you're in the process, work towards your goals, those things that you want to accomplish, right? Make sure you don't share everything with everybody. Again, some of the worst people or some of the people who don't want you to succeed is family and friends. I'm letting you know that. So you have to even be careful what you share with family and friends. Okay. Um, speak life. Be careful who you share with. Scripture life. Mm, positive affirmations, of course, and be the best version of you. Always operate in integrity. Okay. Um, be someone's source of happiness, not be their happiness. But when you come around, let your energy be so positive that other people have to respond in happiness. Okay. So I'm getting ready to go now. I did my time. I'm happy that I did this. I've been consistent except 2 times. And I thank Spirit for that. And follow Preachers Access the page on Facebook and on TikTok. We're getting ready to build that page up. Facebook has been built up since 2013. We got 4,000 and something people on that page, and it hasn't been active. But that's okay. So I love you guys. I hope that I brought y'all some magic. Yes, aka Madam Butterfly. I love you, and I will see you on Thursday. Okay, so be blessed, y'all. Have a blessed one now. Bye bye.